Blender National Trainer is almost here, and I can't wait to share her with you. Yeah, that's not your bad. Inaya, mommy's coming. Come say bye. 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 Give you a glimpse at a beauty blender masterclass. So if you've ever had questions about the brand, how to use it, it's so amazing, this is a great video to watch. I'm not going to show you everything. There is some privileged information being shared here for the artists that are attending, but I am sure that you're going to pick up on some great tips, so keep watching. Look at her backpack. It's a beauty blender backpack.
I know, that's not cute. My boss is like, when I got this, he's like, did you open up your sample shipment? I'm like, no. And he's like, you better. And because he knows I love things like this.
Yeah.
I start screaming. I'm like, oh my god, I'm gonna go glamping.
Oh, it says glamping.
Oh, it says glamping?
It does.
I'm a makeup artist. Like, I've been doing makeup for 15 years or 16 years now. And now I fly to Alaska. And now I'm more on the business side. I do freelance here and there. But since I started with Beauty Blender and our distribution company, like, I can talk from personal experience. Like, I will never use a foundation brush on my face, and I'm going to explain why. And I've demoed for every single brand. I have every single brush, from $80 brushes to $15 brushes. And once you understand why, especially when you talk to artists who can understand our world, you're going to know why. It was created by Rayanne Silva, a celebrity artist from LA, who was one of the first to work with HD cameras. She created Beauty Blender for makeup artists. And then it became such a popular, easy thing, and makeup artists were giving it to their clients, and then she made it for the world. So it's vegan, so it's latex free with non-toxic dye, and it cannot mold. And we'll go over the cleanser at the end, why it's so important, because it's latex free and the dye is made of vegetables. It's the exact same thing. The only difference is the black. The black is called the Pro because it doesn't stain at all when you clean it. This has been used. So it doesn't stain. And the pink one, the dye will run, you'll get a little foundation on it, but it's your own for yourself, like if a person has their own. But if you're using it on someone, it just visually looks better if it's black because it doesn't stain. But it's clean because the cleanser is 100% antibacterial. So with the Beauty Blender, you can use it with liquid, powder, cream, mousse, concealer, sultaner, blush, bronzer, skincare, everything. And you can do your makeup. And for like someone, when you graduate school, you're either going to work retail or start getting small freelance gigs, but you usually got to work retail, and a majority of retailers carry this. But what it does is when you're using it on someone, they never know if it's the foundation or the Beauty Blender that made it look so good, because people will always say to a makeup artist, like, I wish I could do like, oh yeah, I can't, I have no time. But they don't know that they can do it themselves, and it kind of empowers them, and you can teach them, and then they can go and buy whatever from you. Also, it speeds up makeup time. So when you freelance, you're not paid by time, you're paid per face. So if you do a wedding, the average makeup artist on her own could do maybe 5 to 6 people max. If I partner with someone, because there's like 8 people, I'm done before. Like, I do eyes first, and it just speeds up the time because there's no blending involved. Because with a foundation brush, you need to go down over the pores. With a kabuki, you have to blend one way, or you need to go in a direction. With Beauty Blender, you're bouncing. So you're going on top of fine lines, on top of imperfections. I'm gonna make 3 dots. 1, 2, 3. Show people what the difference is with your finger with a brush and with the beauty blender. Your fingers, some women will say, I just like this, and put it, your pores in your finger are absorbing the product. So, and you're not gonna get an even, you gotta go like this, see all the streaks, and it's not really even, and it's not, you gotta continue going on and on to blend and make it like a sheer finish to build. With a foundation brush again, we'll take this dot here, you have to blend, you have to keep going down, and it's still, you see kind of line, you gotta work on it, you gotta blend. See my finger, I gotta go here, and still really blend to go far, and I still have some blending to do. With Beauty Blender, you can use it 2 ways. I don't really use it this way because it takes a bit more time, but if I have time I do, but you can go like this to get a really precise pore tightening, you can. But the main way people use it is this way. So with the, and this way it goes farther here. So with the Beauty Blender, this is a full coverage foundation also, but see how it's airbrushing and it's thin right away that you can build? Because the whole purpose of it is to make it look like skin, and I can go in and layer, but how quick, and it's still here, I can still go, and I'm not wasting product, and in 2 seconds, I've done like half a face. So it saves time. So the average 30 ml foundation will last a woman about a month, 3 weeks to a month. With Beauty Blender, a month and a half to 2, because the key word to remember is hydrophilic, which means water loving. So it only works wet. And I didn't wring it out with paper towel, which I should have, which I wanted to show you on my hand. But see how it's been sitting here, and you wet it, and then you run it under cold water if someone has larger pores. And I take a paper towel, which is what I should have done before, and you wring out, the water is still here.
Oh.
So that's what happens with the foundations. Serums, primers, anything. We say we don't spend $150 on our serum to moisturize our fingertips. When it's wet, put drops of the serum or your skincare, and then bounce, and then go in with your foundation, because then you're going to get that mattifying, hydrating treatment in to the Beauty Blender. The cool thing about it is if you have this powder here and you want to blend it and fix it, you just take your powder side and you can do everything with it. When it dries, it shrinks back down, the air pockets close, and it shuts down so no bacteria gets in. You have to wet it to use it again. So that's when the micro mini comes in handy for under eye. But if you have long nails, you can go in the blusher and use it. To be honest with you, and Beauty Blender only works wet, but what I do, a little secret, because everyone makes up their own little thing, I like to use the blusher or the micro mini dry, and I put Ben Nye and I bake with it, and then I let it sit, because it really grabs all the fibers. Another really good thing, either micro mini or Beauty Blender, is strobing. We know how huge strobing is. I just highlighted. Actually, this is the new Milani highlight. I'm obsessed with it. With this, and I have to use the curved up side because I have a little crease, so each edge. Now, if you want to do mascara, you can go this way, and then the mascara won't touch your eye. And lip liner too, if you want the perfect lip line. You can use each edge. I'll pass it around. There's not a streak. If there's a streak, that means it's too wet, but it won't compromise. If it gets a little hard, just take a Q-tip, but that hard, when the color changes, I've been using this for demoing, but when the color changes, that's bacteria. So, but if you go like this, it's just the Beauty Blender's damp. It should be damp, it shouldn't be wet. Only wet when you clean it. But I'm just gonna bounce this like over the setting powder, so you can just see here, it just absorbs in. People ask me too, what do I like better, the liquid or the solid? I love them both, but I do like the solid for my makeup, my Beauty Blender, and I like the liquid for my brushes, because it does clean the Beauty Blender a bit faster, because the cleanser is paraben and sulfate free, so the liquid doesn't lather as much. It does lather a bit better because I think they put more sodium in it. It lathers a bit more now, and the Keep It Clean really helps speed it up. But also for your kid, it's easier to throw. That's why they made smaller sizes, because people will buy the big one and refill the small ones so they can fit it in and travel with. And the black one's charcoal. At the bottom, you put it here. You just take the Beauty Blender, and I'll go clean it. But when you clean it, you want it heavy. So it's like dripping. So it'll slide, lather. You knead at it, and then it's clean. It has coconut acid and vitamin E that disinfects it. It's 100% antibacterial because it's for artists. And the scary thing is when I was training Sephora's, and their channel, because they have the Sephora brush cleaners and everything. If you need an immediate something like Cinema Secret, something to take a quick color off that dries instantly, and that's like a whatever thing, that I don't blame you. You can't have like 20 of the same brush if you're doing something. But alcohol will eat at the hairs of the brush and give you that metal wood separation, and then you get the shedding. All goat hair brushes will stay white. They go back to white, no staining. Unless you leave it dirty for like forever, and it helps speed up time. Now when you clean with the liquid, so with the solid, you get it wet, heavy, roll it around, knead at it. The pink dye will run, it's fine. It's like when you get your hair colored or treated at home, whatever you do, and then they say rinse until there's no color coming out. That's the same thing you'll do with the pink one or the black one. When you're going like this and squeezing and you see no pigment and it's water, it's clean. So the liquid you would just squeeze, the liquid onto the beauty blender, same idea. Your brushes, squeeze it, or like on the Keep It Clean, it helps because then your hand doesn't get like really dry, and you just go like this and spin it. If you're going to use the solid with your brush, just wet the brush, spin it, knead at it, that's it, it's done. I clean my brushes in like 2 seconds. To organize your kit, all this goes into your fees because it's your time, and the product you're using costs you money to clean your brushes. So after you do your gig, you prepared your kit, and then you're like, I'm gonna clean again. And it takes to every artist. Sometimes stuff like the retailers and schools will sell out of the cleansers before the beauty blenders because it's insane. People are putting Dawn and olive oil in the beauty blender. Some people put in their dishwasher or their laundry machine. Yeah. People were, and I was like, it's going on your face. What are you putting olive oil and Dawn on it? Would you wash your face with Dawn? No. So why would you put that on the beauty blender? Yeah. So that's why the cleanser is so important. What it is, it's a 360-degree open cell structure. Wow. So that's why it needs every pore. That's why, and people will say, if you want to pass with, like when you're the black and the pink feel different. I just explained it's like dark denim and light denim. It's a different stretch. The black one is more porous. Yeah. Just because of the material, it feels more porous, but it's like little pores because it's that 360-degree open cell structure, and that it's hydrophilic that will help avoid absorbing product and will help it spread. That's why you need to wring it out with paper towel. I usually recommend a paper towel, not a towel because a towel is a bit very absorbent. So when you're bouncing, you're going to notice the airbrush effect, and it's not made in China. The packaging is, but it's made in Pennsylvania, LA, in their fact. They have their own factory that makes it. And it's a special microphone that they will not tell us because it's a secret. It's a secret.
Hey, well, that's all the tips you're going to get. I hope you learned some new things, but I'm so excited to take this little baby home. This guy is going to help clean my brushes. I have a pile of brushes at home to clean, and it's one of their newer products. So cool. There's other versions of it with other brands, but it's nice to see Beauty Blender having come out with one, and this liner designer. I can't wait to use that as well. These were my gifts from Jen, and maybe when I clean my brushes, we'll have a look at that process together. But thanks for watching. Let me know what you love about Beauty Blender.